Close the quarter window, okay? It's okay. It's okay.
Until the smoke dissipates, the bombers decide to wait outside the apartment. The doorman isn't convinced by their playing with fireworks story, and he calls the fire department and the police. By the time the firemen come, the smoke is gone, and they leave after a quick check. The bomber now realizes he's left a very sensitive item in the apartment, and he persuades his friend to retrieve his laptop.
He was too clever a guy to come back and expose himself, because all along he knew that that would be too risky for him to go back and be caught.
The bomber's fear of getting caught is justified. Once Police Inspector Ada Fariscal learns that they're from Pakistan, she insists on seeing their room for herself. The police in Manila are on high alert due to a planned visit by the Pope in a few days. What Inspector Fariscal finds confirms her worst fears about the intentions of the tenants.
You! Stop!
The shot distracts the apprentice and he trips over a fallen palm tree. But the cop discovers he has no handcuffs. The doorman improvises with the drawstrings of his windbreaker. In the meantime, the bomber vanishes. One of the first senior officers to arrive at his apartment is Sonny Raisin.
Incident at Doña Josefa apartment was the breakthrough in opening our eyes that the Al-Qaeda terrorist cell was already operating here in the Philippines.
The Philippine National Police know they've stumbled onto something big, and they inform Interpol, Scotland Yard, and the FBI. When news of the raid reaches the Joint Terrorism Task Force in New York, it immediately grabs the attention of FBI Special Agent Frank Pellegrino. For 2 years, he has been hunting a terrorist called Ramzi Youssef, and it looks as if this might be his man.
Well, he was always our focus since '93. I mean, at the time, that was he was the biggest fugitive around.
As Philippine police comb through the apartment, they begin to find more evidence tying Youssef to the bombing of PAL 434.
There was a similarity between the watches that were found in the apartment and the type of watch that was used in Okinawa. Putting together that watch, that was the watch that was on the bomb, on that Flight 434, and identifying those pieces eventually as a Casio watch, it was amazing.
Youssef is a skilled forger. Investigators find several identification cards bearing various names, and photos in each of which he looks quite different. One ID card is of particular interest.
So, almost there's a dig to us. The ID card used the First World Trade Center bombing date as the date that the card was issued. So we knew right away it was Youssef that had been in the apartment. They knew chemicals. The chemical dictionary was a very well-used item, underlined, highlighted, well-read, notations throughout the book, something that he used quite often. And I don't remember the exact number. I think there might have been 100 latent prints found on that belonged to him. They knew electronics. The way that the timing device was hidden inside the Casio watch just made the whole thing very concealable and very worrisome.
The identification of the bomber of PAL 434 and the discovery of his bomb factory is very disturbing news for those responsible for airline passenger safety. Ramzi Youssef is an international terrorist who knows how to get his bombs past airport security. Bombs that are small, but if strategically located, can blow up a jumbo jet and kill not just one, but hundreds of people. And the bomber of PAL 434 is still on the loose. The Philippine National Police have stumbled on the hideout of an international terrorist. The FBI identify him as Ramzi Youssef. Evidence that Amaldo Forlani, the man who planted the bomb on PAL 434, is the same person as Ramzi Youssef, comes from the travel agent who sold him the Philippine Airlines ticket. Ramzi Youssef is just one of several aliases of a man who tops the FBI's most wanted list. An international terrorist with a $2 million bounty on his head. In September 1992, Youssef flies from Pakistan to New York to prepare for a major terrorist attack. On arrival at JFK, he presents a fake Iraqi passport and asks for political asylum from Saddam Hussein. The ploy works, and he's allowed to enter the country. 6 months later, on February the 26th, 1993, one of the largest homemade bombs in American history explodes in the garage below the World Trade Center, killing 6 people, injuring hundreds, and causing $500 million worth of damage. That night, Youssef is on a plane back to his home in Pakistan.
He was an action figure. He wanted to keep doing things. He wasn't happy with the one success he had.
18 months after the World Trade Center attack, Youssef flies to Manila to fine-tune the bomb that he plants on PAL 434. According to Sonny Razon, the Philippine capital suits him.
Ramzi Youssef loved to enjoy life. He is a ladies' man. He associated himself with a lot of girlfriends, and he liked to party. He also drank a lot, see, and he enjoyed the life. Terrorists, they are your normal day-to-day people, the guy next door.
After the bombing of PAL 434, Youssef arranges for his childhood friend Abdul Hakim Murad to assist him in Manila. But on January the 6th, 1995, 2 weeks after his arrival, Murad is arrested and sent to the Philippine Police headquarters for interrogation. It took 67 days to extract the details of how Youssef planted the bomb. Tiny chemical traces of the explosive were found on PAL 434, and Murad eventually admits that Youssef uses liquid nitroglycerin that he's stabilized and concealed in a bottle of contact lens solution. Murad also reveals that Youssef hid the bomb's potentially suspicious components in the heel of his shoes. Most airport security systems only detect metal above the ankles.
I bet you he was cool as could be. He was somewhat cavalier in his attitude toward these explosives and chemicals. To carry a container of nitroglycerin on an airplane, you know, gotta be a little nuts.
Murad's confession provides details of Youssef's actions after he successfully got the bomb components past airport security.
Can I get you some juice or coffee?
Juice, please.
Youssef designed the device so the innocent-looking components can be quickly transformed into a lethal bomb. Youssef has modified a digital wristwatch as the bomb's timer. This is wired to a detonator inside the bottle of nitroglycerin. Two 9-volt batteries provide an additional electric charge to the exposed filament of a light bulb that will spark the explosion.